What is a great poor person hobby? Trying to guess the size of objects and then measuring them. Try to see how close you get. Trading out quarters. You can collect small change and then take to a bank to get quarters. You can also take, say, $10 and go exchange for a roll of quarters. Why would you want to attain so many quarters? You say, hunting for pre-1965 quarters. That's why. Every quarter 1964 or older are made of silver and are worth about 3.50 apiece. It's a fun little hobby that costs very little. My kids and I always enjoy sifting through quarters like a little treasure hunt. Drawing. You just need a pencil and paper to start, and don't listen to that crap about you needing talent. I've seen people go from can't draw a stick person to technically proficient in under a year. I studied fine art and used to lecture fashion illustration. Find something you like drawing, be it people, architecture or doodles completely out of your head. Practice and have fun. As a bonus, you can pick up some decent beginner's books at second-hand bookshops for almost nothing or search the net. There are some fantastic tutorials for all skill levels out there. Everyone who are good at drawing are good because we practiced. True, some have more innate skills than others, but no one are born drawing like Da Vinci. It is an acquired skill, and everyone evolves at a different pace. Harmonica and calligraphy. Great way to annoy your roommate and write a fancy apology note. When I was a young teen I really wanted to get into archery but didn't have money for a bow club dues. I think I was reading some anthropology type books and figured if early man could figure it out I would definitely be able to make a bow myself. I channeled my inner George Washington and took my hatchet to the little persimmon tree in my backyard. It worked on and off for about 3 months with some old wood rasps and a knife and I finished a bow. Now I still do it and I found out other people do too on a bowyer and I do meetups with a local group into the same thing. Origami. Just start with plain paper or post-it notes, whatever you have. Look up YouTube videos or get a book from the public library. Virtually no cost. When you get better at it, buy a little pack of fancy paper to make gifts or decorations. I tried origami but I have the dexterity and fine motor skills of a gorilla with Parkinson's, so I tend to get fed up and give in. Baking. A loaf of bread is $0.50 if you buy flour and yeast in bulk. You have to add the cost of heating the oven, but it also heats your house. I was hoping someone had already said this. It's time consuming, yes, but it's also sort of therapeutic. I'm getting into the swing of baking sourdough, although I'm trying to find the right balance of feeding it to minimize waste. Hours of reading also go into supplementing building on one skill. If anyone is interested, I have a recipe of my own that I tried to make easy to follow. If you live in walking distance to a hoop, I would say pick up basketball. All you need is shoes and a ball. Soccer is also cheap if you live near a park where they play often. That's what I did as a kid. This is why there are so many star basketball players from low-income neighborhoods. They just spent a lot of their time on the court in their youth. Gardening. It's super nice, calm and therapeutic once you get into it. Added bonuses. You get to be outside. If you grow food you eat better. Listening to podcasts. They're essentially free audio shows and some have a video component. 2. Professional podcasters invest thousands of dollars of their own money and hours of their time to produce entertaining and often informative shows, and they give you access to them for free. That's always been amazing to me. Plus there's a podcast for everything. Lockpicking. Plus, it can actually make you money, depending on your luck. Buy cheap crap at Goodwill and sell it to hipsters in eBay for profit. Crafts would serve a double purpose as a hobby with potential to earn, and I find crafts very therapeutic to take my mind off how I will pay for my school and my bills. Cooking. Since it's cheaper to make meals from scratch, it's a hobby that can easily be zero or net negative cost. I've learned to really love cooking. It's fun to pretend I'm hosting my own cooking show with my cat, the lazy sous chef. Reading. Yes. You don't even have to buy the books. It always surprises me how few people I see at the actual library. You can borrow books for free, and when you're done you can borrow more books. Writing fiction can be satisfying and provide a break from your problems. Hiking. Day hiking. Yes, Any other longer type of hiking? No, it gets very expensive very fast. Role-playing games. Sounds ridiculous, but the reason that me and my friends growing up played them is because you usually only need one rulebook, a set of cheap dice, paper, pencils, and the most important thing, your imagination. I spent entire weekends growing up playing RPGs and all we spent money on was a few Little Caesars $5 pizzas and cheap as Cokes. Tabletop games in general, buying them is expensive, but most decently sized cities have meetups and most game stores have demo copies of a lot of their games. You can just go, hang out, and play games with people. Rock fossil collecting, and bird watching, and learning how to identify trees, shrubs, flowers. For those wondering how to get into these, home computer or phone. For those that like Google and Wikipedia, local library. For those wanting some materials to bring outside for actual identification of the real things, local universities that have a natural resource component. For those looking for identification workshops and the like, this will work for all of the hobbies listed. Paper mache. All you need is paper and a little flour and cornstarch and you can create endlessly. Reading. Library cards are free. Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. As something a bit different, juggling is really excellent. Very cheap, easy to get in, you just need 3 balls. It also has a pretty huge depth, just 3 ball tricks could easily keep someone occupied for years. I was only born with 2 balls. Hiking, primitive camping, fishing, herb gardening, small scale fixing, cleaning, flipping, cooking, singing, playing music, whittling, carving, handcraft, woodworking are a few that I've done. These can be low cost and either save you or make you money. I do higher level math as one odd hobby. Math skills makes you money. Disc golf. You can get a decent disc for $10.15 and most courses are free. Have to factor in the cost of weed. If you have a smartphone, I recommend our geocaching. Free and pretty awesome with or without a companion. I have never thought of geocaching as a poor person hobby. Playing an instrument, not being a gearhead, just buy a $30 guitar on Craigslist and you have a better start than Bo Diddley and Jimi Hendrix. Few hobbies are as rewarding. It makes me depressed that I have 2 guitars, several books, the internet, etc. and I can't even motivate myself to learn guitar. Meanwhile, blind Johnny Two Fingers the cripple with leprosy Johnson taught himself how to play guitar on a bean can and 12 inches of string in 1922. Volunteering, Boys and Girls Club, VFW, retirement home, soup kitchen. You'll meet some interesting people that will improve your life in return. Running. All you need is a pair of shoes and access to a road. If you're thinking of dedicating a significant amount of time and energy to running, then please invest in the proper running shoes. You can find quality but very inexpensive ones online, but I'd highly recommend getting a shoe fitting or gait analysis at a local running store so they can help you select the proper footwear. This process is usually free. Anyone considering running any significant distance should consider good shoes though. You don't have to spend a fortune, but running in $12 Walmart sneakers will lead to back pain and knee pain. Troll clearance racks at running stores. On the other hand, $100 on shoes once or twice a year is cheaper than chronic pain. Chillin' the whole day, checkin' Reddit on Tim Hortons free Wi-Fi. Pushing a hoop with a stick. Sleeping. Depression. Playing the guitar. The initial overhead varies, but then you have your very own sadistic torture machine to whittle away the hours for the next 60 years. Chess, Go, Othello, or any other strategy board game. Learning to code. There are so many free online courses and you can take. Some teach you how to make little video games etc etc. Of course, coding is a real profession and starting as a hobby can be a great way to enter that profession, but it can also be really fun. Plus, if you get really good at it, you won't remain poor. Till I'm a poor person. That's the whole point of this thread. We were trying to find a gentle way to break it to you. Dungeons and Dragons. Pencil, paper, dice and a player's handbook is all you need to spend money on for an unlimited amount of entertainment. If you play on Roll20net you can have access to all of those things for free. Everyone has paper and pencils. Dice are good to have, but you can get away with a free app. The PHB is recommended, but you can skip out on that too if you get the free rules. Enough to get you into the game and provide hours of fun. So essentially, you can literally start playing for the price of some paper and pencils. Meditation. Hiking. It's free, gets you out of the house, gets you really fit, and you get to see lots of nice scenery and meet friendly like-minded people. Also, if you like dogs, you will meet lots of people with well-trained, friendly dogs. Basic gear for simple hikes is pretty much jeans, t-shirt and trainers. You can find a decent pair of boots for about £30 if you want to tackle harder walks. A packed lunch is a good idea and saves any additional cost. Books. You have been visited by the blanket pig upvote for good night's sleep for the next lunar year. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day, you magnificent people.